All right, let's jump right into this explainer. If your information security management system feels a little bit like a house of cards when it comes to tracking exactly what you own, well, you're absolutely not alone. Today, we're exposing a really massive pitfall that organizations stumble into when their pristine, theoretical compliance collides with the chaotic reality of modern IT infrastructure. We're going to explore exactly why operational guidelines fail, the specific audit traps waiting in your environment right now, and most importantly, a highly efficient way to completely upgrade your approach. Now, here's a question that honestly exposes a massive vulnerability for so many of us. Are your cloud assets completely invisible to your auditors? Just think about it for a second. For decades, asset management meant walking into a freezing server room, pointing at a blinking metal box, and slapping a barcode sticker on it, right? But today, we are spinning up entire virtual data centers with a few lines of code before we've even finished our morning coffee. If your operational guidelines are still treating assets like they're strictly physical hardware, you're operating with a massive blind spot. Your cloud assets might be powering your entire business, but on paper, to an auditor, they simply do not exist. To fix this blind spot, we really have to anchor our strategy in the timeless inventory of information and other associated assets control. This right here is the absolute bedrock of a genuinely secure posture. You know the golden rule? You simply cannot protect what you don't know you have. This control demands that every single piece of information and the assets associated with processing or storing it are identified, inventoried, and assigned an owner. Sounds incredibly basic in theory, sure, but as you'll see, it's notoriously difficult to maintain in practice without the right operational guidelines steering your teams. So what does comprehensive actually look like? Well, your operational guidelines must properly catalog 4 distinct classes of information assets. And we aren't just talking about laptops and monitors here. Hardware is obvious, sure. Software includes your licenses, your operating systems, your databases. Physical assets encompass the actual facilities, paper records, and physical security perimeters. But perhaps most importantly today, the intangible assets, your intellectual property, your brand reputation, and the actual data itself. If your guidelines miss even one of these 4 pillars, your inventory is fundamentally incomplete. And this brings us to a major usability risk, the clash between theory and reality. In theory, asset management is a beautiful thing. You've got perfect accountability, flawless record keeping, total visibility. But in reality, you have exhausted operational teams frantically trying to resolve a critical server outage at 2 a.m. When compliance guidelines are overly academic and completely disconnected from daily workflows, those teams will absolutely bypass the protocols. They just want to get the system back online and do their actual jobs. Let's zero in on exactly why that happens. The source material highlights, quote, complex asset tagging syntax that operational teams bypass due to friction. That hits the nail on the head. When you ask a brilliant developer or a systems admin to navigate this convoluted, multi-layered asset tagging syntax just to spin up a temporary testing environment, the friction becomes completely unbearable. It's just human nature, right? If a security procedure is too complex or slows down the workflow, engineers will find a workaround. They'll bypass the required procedures entirely, and that leaves your inventory dangerously out of date. So what happens when you combine that workflow friction with an infrastructure that's literally changing by the minute? You create a severe audit thread. The gap between what your asset register says you own and what is actually running in your production environment widens every single day. This isn't just a minor administrative typo. It's a fundamental breakdown of your security architecture as it interacts with dynamic modern environments. If your inventory guidelines fail to explicitly account for cloud-native infrastructure assets, I'm talking about things like virtual machines and storage buckets, you are walking directly into an audit trap. Think about the fundamental difference here. Traditional IT assets are static. You buy a physical drive, you rack it, you tag it. But cloud-native assets are ephemeral. A virtual machine might exist for literally 3 hours to run a batch process and then just vanish. A storage bucket might be created automatically by a script. If your guidelines only tell your teams how to catalog physical servers, those dynamic cloud assets slip completely under the radar. The direct consequence of this cloud-native blind spot, bam, you get hit with a minor non-conformance finding by your auditor. Now, you might hear the word minor and think, it's no big deal. But in the highly structured world of compliance, a minor non-conformance is a formal declaration that your management system is failing in a specific area. It means you've got a systemic flaw that requires immediate root cause analysis and corrective action. Left unresolved, a minor finding easily snowballs into a major one, putting your entire certification at real risk. Actually, it's a double whammy. This oversight directly threatens your compliance under the timeless inventory of information and other associated assets control. If your guidelines explicitly ignore the virtual machines and storage buckets hosting your most critical data, your inventory is incomplete, period. Furthermore, because your baseline is flawed, any procedures you've built to satisfy the timeless control of documented information clause become effectively useless as well. You simply aren't accurately tracking or documenting what truly matters. To truly stop this bleeding, it is absolutely crucial that we completely abandon the obsolete, superseded standards of the bygone era. You know, the ones causing all this operational friction and creating these massive blind spots? You cannot secure a modern, auto-scaling cloud environment using a set of rules written for dial-up modems and floppy disks. Those archaic guidelines are exactly what caused the complex tagging syntax and the operational bypasses we just talked about. Holding onto them isn't just inefficient, it is actively endangering your organization's security posture. Instead, organizations absolutely must embrace the latest version of the standard, which withstands the test of current times and the latest evolved learning curves. We need guidelines that are agile, highly practical, and genuinely designed with modern workflows in mind. Guidelines that inherently understand that an intangible asset in a cloud environment needs a vastly different tracking approach than a physical router sitting in a telecom closet. You need documentation your teams will actually respect and use. To solve this exact challenge, there's a highly effective solution we need to look at: an 18-page editable asset management guidelines template. Yes, just 18 pages. Think about that for a second. Just 18 pages to completely overhaul how you identify, track, and protect everything your organization owns. It strips away all the academic fluff and focuses entirely on actionable, highly usable operational directives. It's a precise, targeted resource designed to close those cloud-native audit traps immediately, without bogging your team down. And the reason it can be so beautifully concise and effective, it's all about the minds behind it. This powerful document was meticulously crafted by a dedicated committee of information security experts, principal auditors, and lead instructors operating under the ISO Training Institute. These are the professionals who actually conduct the audits. They are the ones writing the non-conformances. They know exactly where the pitfalls are. They know what causes operational friction, and they've designed this template specifically to navigate you safely around those hazards. Now, what I really love about this is how easy it is to deploy in the real world. The template comes pre-populated with hypothetical placeholders, like ABC Technologies Private Limited, and acronyms like ABCPL. So you don't have to start from a terrifying blank page or stare at a blinking cursor wondering how to format a policy. You simply take their masterfully written baseline and inject your own organization's identity right into it. It literally transforms a daunting, weeks-long documentation project into a brilliantly streamlined task. By following a few rapid customization steps, you eliminate workflow friction entirely. Step 1, you just open the editable file. Step 2, you swap out the hypothetical logo for your own. Step 3, you run a quick find and replace for the company names and acronyms. Boom. Within just a few minutes, you've got a professionally drawn, expert-backed set of asset management guidelines that seamlessly tailor to your operational reality, covering everything from physical hardware all the way to those tricky cloud-native virtual machines and storage buckets. Sincere implementation of this professionally drawn template gives your organization a massive 15 to 20-year head start in ISMS maturity. I really want to emphasize that point. You aren't just adopting a document, you are leapfrogging decades of painful trial and error. You're instantly absorbing the collective wisdom and evolved learning curves of principal auditors who have spent their entire careers identifying exactly why asset management systems fail. You get to deploy a mature, virtually friction-free system from day one. You can completely bypass these audit traps and secure this expertly crafted resource for yourself today simply by visiting ISO 27001.institute. It's really all about equipping your operational teams with guidelines they can actually use, ensuring your inventory is flawlessly comprehensive and confidently satisfying the timeless inventory of information and other associated assets control. Honestly, it's the smartest, most efficient way to ensure your cloud assets are never invisible to your auditors again. So I'll leave you with this final thought for today's explainer. Are you ready to leave behind the obsolete, superseded standards of the bygone era and truly fast-track your ISMS maturity? Will you let complex tagging syntax put you at risk of a non-conformance? Or are you ready to instantly upgrade your compliance? The choice is entirely yours. You can keep fighting with operational friction, or you can leverage the expertise of the industry's best to secure your environment.
Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and I highly recommend you take that crucial step toward true asset visibility today.